What else we got, Solana?
Let's transition over to the Miami Dolphins. Mike McDaniel, he spoke yesterday from the NFL's league owners meetings. He makes it pretty simple, guys. Just making the playoffs will not be good enough this upcoming season.
It does make it more difficult the better your division is, and I think our division is one of the it appears to be building towards potentially being one of the better divisions in football. I'm careful in the spring to go too much over the top on paper, but I know exactly what you're saying, and I don't disagree. That being said, if your goals in football are not to just get to the playoffs, if your goal isn't to just get to the playoffs, it's not the worst thing in the world to have a very strong division. Granted, it still makes it more difficult to get to the playoffs, but if you are able to, within that very good competitive division, you are much more battle tested for the games that really, really matter. Because no one wants to just, we lived it once and one time was enough. Getting to the playoffs is cool. Over that, you want to win. And so playing good teams in the regular season, however, in the front end might seem, oh, that's tough. What else would you want if you're really trying to actually win playoff games, if you're trying to actually get to the AFC Championship, if you're trying to win the AFC Championship, if you're trying to win the Super Bowl, all of those things, you better be a very good team and battle tested, and our division should help us do that. But it's going to be stressful.
I would rather play against it in the worst of it, so that I don't have to.
Was that him?
Couple of things. Oh, no.
Was he turning? He was turning his head
to talk to someone, and then he'd go back in the line, and then he would turn his head to talk to someone. BetOnline has the over-unders, the regular season win totals for each of the teams in the AFC East. Dolphins. Buffalo Bills are 10.5.
Yes.
Over-under on wins is 10.5. Dolphins 9.5.
Over.
Jets 9.5.
Is that with Aaron Rodgers?
I'm guessing that they're assuming Aaron Rodgers is going to be there, because if Aaron Rodgers isn't going to be there, there's no chance that they're slotted for 9.5 wins if it's Zach Wilson.
I'm telling you.
And the New England Patriots are at 7.5.
Ooh, I like the Dolphins and actually the Patriots.
It's a tough division, though. Like he said it there himself. So you're going to play the Bills twice. And listen, I don't care how bad the Patriots are. Still the Patriots. Then you're going to play the Jets twice if they've got Aaron Rodgers and Odell Beckham. I mean, 9.5 wins is to get to 10 wins is going to be a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, but just because we were talking about McDaniel earlier, all that he just went on and said, he said, to be the best, you got to beat the best, and iron sharpens iron. He could have said that. But he goes on these long tangents with these wordy words.
I like it.
Nobody knows what's going on.
I like it. All right, what else we got, Solana?
Got to look through their schedule, because it's not easy, by the way. Just throwing it out there.
9.5 wins is not going to, 10, obviously, not going to be easy.
No. But remember this year, the AFC West was supposed to be this dominant, killer division.
True. That's a good point.
And people fell off.
Yeah.
Somebody's falling off. The Buffalo falls off. I don't wish injury on anybody.
Could be Buffalo.
Buffalo lost some players. Josh Allen
started to look human last season.
Starting to get hit. They start figuring him out a little bit. There is going to be some regression to the mean of some of these teams, and it happens every year. So to your point, Solana, and I bring this up when we do this, and I'm going to do it 15 times before the season starts, but the win-loss off last year means nothing moving forward.
I don't know about that.
You can't just say, I don't know about that, when I just made it perfectly obvious what I'm saying.
It was such a terrible response. I don't know about that.
A bad team is going to be good this year, and a good team from last year is going to be
happens
bad
every season.
Every season.
Yeah, but your example was Buffalo. And I see what you're saying. I think there's durability issues maybe with Josh Allen because of the toll his body has taken now for this many years. So I get what you're saying, but when you look at their schedule, I mean, they play the Chiefs next year. They're playing the AFC East, which is one of the strongest divisions last year. I don't see any regression from either of those teams going into next year. Those are all tough games to play. Plus,
who's playing the AFC
Excuse
East?
me,
the Dolphins?
The NFC East and the AFC East.
I am confused.
I mean, it's a tough schedule next
So you're
year.
saying the Dolphins play the AFC East this year?
You know what I meant. The
Are you
NFC
okay?
East.
Is everything okay?
Just this year? You know, people, I've said this before. People don't do this, and I don't know why. I know why. It's sad. Josh Allen is Cam Newton, but he's not black.
Right. He's going to get his bell rung because that's the style of football that he plays, and his body, you can't withstand that for your entire career.
He's 6'5", he's 240, he runs a 4.4. Those guys are big that are hitting him too.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't look like it when they hit Tua, but when Von Miller hits Josh Allen, it hurts him. Just like Cam Newton. You went from MVP to not even giving a job, and Cam Newton's, I got to text him. He's still trying to get back in the league.
Don't call him what Shannon Sharp called him. What did he call him? Called him like
I didn't
an
see
also
that.
ran. Oh, yeah, it was like a whole big thing.
Oh, Shannon's disrespectful now.
Yeah, Unk went at, but then
Unk takes that testosterone replacement and thinks he's tough all the time.
On.
Somebody go whoop Shannon Sharp. Tell you, watch this.
You seen him?
I've seen him.
You saw him at courtside. Who's he fighting there?
Dylan
Brooks
with that little jean sweater on, that little Cartier.
Yeah,
somebody's gonna wear Shannon Sharp's ass out coming up in the next couple of years.
What about at the airport? The dude that was following him at the airport,
and he turned around. He had that little puppy in his hand. That's how I know he can't whoop no ass. He had a puppy in his hand that he got off the plane with.
He called him a random. He called Cam Newton a random.
It's very disrespectful, but you know exactly what Shannon Sharp was saying. But it is disrespectful.
But then he, like Cam Newton said, it didn't like he didn't attack him, but he said, "I'll show you. Like, go ahead, call me random, but I'm going to show you."
But he's not, because nobody's going to sign Cam Newton. I tried to explain this to Cam on TV, and everybody's like, "Hey, you're being a butt wipe." I'm like, "No, I'm trying to explain to him what's going on with Cam Newton. He is one of the best 64 football player or quarterbacks in the world. Still, he is a headache for a team to have Cam Newton on their roster. He's
Cam
not
Newton
going to get a job.
threw at Auburn's pro day.
Yes,
and then he tweeted, "Tell me how these randoms keep getting jobs." He was showing his highlights, and Cam Newton said, "Tell me how these randoms keep getting jobs." And then Shannon Sharp said on Undisputed, "Cam, in 2023, you're one of the randoms. I hate to break it to him, Skip. The last time Cam Newton won a game was 2020. Last time he passed for 3,000 yards in a season was 2018. Last time he started every game in the season was 2017. Last time he started a playoff game was 2017. Last time he made the Pro Bowl was 2015. Cam is basing everything on what he once was."
Yep. And that's what he can't realize, and that's why he's going to college pro days after you've played a decade in this league and you're a past MVP and you're throwing the ball at your former college pro day. Retire, Cam. Go live the life, make some more babies, and take it easy.
But then Cam Newton responded to Shannon Sharp, but Cam does that weird font.
The goofy stuff.
So no one knows what he said.